My name is Ted, I am 48 years old and 2 years ago I got divorced from Kathy, who was married to me for over 10 years. Well, it has been a few years and you must be wondering why did I come here after such a long time. A few days back I saw a video on YouTube.
This is stupid, yo. I can't believe I'm sitting here just finding out you got an OnlyFans. Out of all these years, yo, the disrespect that comes with it, that you couldn't even talk to me before you did it, that's bullshit, yo. That's fucked up, Keith. I'm telling you, yo, that's fucked up.
Wait, no, calm, but you're not gonna say fuck me, or that's fucked up. It's not fucked up.
You recording me? What the fuck you doing?
Listen, it's not fucked up, and we're going to, okay, look, so I have an OnlyFans page, and he's mad because he's just now finding out about it.
Of course I'm mad at you just finding out about it.
I'm not doing it with anybody but myself, so why should I have to tell you my choice, my body, my fucking choice?
Your partner, you're supposed to come to me and talk to me.
Joe, I've been talking to you about mad things. I've been asking for solutions to shit. You're not giving me none, so I created one.
That's no solution. Not in my book. That's no
You
solution.
knew who the fuck I was when you met me.
Before,
and I thought that I would never have to go back to anything like this again.
Beforehand,
But
but
unfortunately, that's not the case right now.
After that, everything's supposed to change.
Everything did change.
No. Obviously it hasn't.
No, it had to. I had to do something.
You stood out there showing your body. You stood out there doing stuff like this on camera.
You act like that's the only thing that I do. I have mad jobs, but they're not facilitating everything that needs to be done. So I got something extra. OnlyFans be breaking me off. What the fuck?
Come on, Keith, with that. It don't matter what they breaking you off. It's the disrespect that comes with it.
What disrespect?
You couldn't come and talk to me about it.
Okay, well, we're talking about it now.
Because I had to find out on the fly.
All right, then. But now, okay.
No,
so, wait.
I had to find out on the fly.
So now you know.
Yeah, now I know.
Okay. And so? Whatever. I've been doing what I have to do, period. Like, that's bottom line. That's what it is.
So, we have Joe Smith, former NBA player. He was the first at the 1995 NBA draft. Did not have a great career, but it was okay. He moved from one team to the other. I guess it was 12 different times. He was a journeyman. He married Kisha Chavez. She went by her screen name KYSS Major, aka Yasmin Pendavis. Don't ask me how I know the details. You can say I have seen her perform few years ago. I have seen her almost 50 times with different movies. That is for Joe Smith. He will deal with her wife, I hope. Why are we discussing him again? His viral incident has brought some painful memories from my marriage. I married Kathy after dating her for 2 years. I used to work as a cameraman in a studio that was making not so noble movies. You see, I was a student and needed money to finish my graduation. Kathy had joined our team as a makeup artist. Her job was to ensure that women looked good. The moment I saw her, I was smitten. She was petite and was beautiful. I was not sure why she was here. Once the day was over, I walked up to her and asked her name and started a conversation. Walking up to her became a daily activity. We became good friends and soon I asked her out on a date. One date became 2 and later we were in love. I soon left my job as a cameraman and I was now working in a bank. I was making good money. I asked to leave her job and move in with me. She agreed and 2 years later we got married. I was making good money, but I had to work hard. Kathy was taking care of the house. I used to ensure that all her desires are fulfilled. She was wearing good clothes, good shoes, eat at nice restaurants, go on a vacation twice in a year. Living the American life. We did not have kids yet. It sounds like a simple story, right? Like all the stories that I read or listen online, mine was about to go haywire. I had a small accident and it wrecked my knee. I was to stay at home for the next 2 months. During this time, since I was not able to go out, Kathy was not very happy as her outings had stopped. To make sure that she was happy, I let her go out with her friends. She did have a friend circle back from her days as a makeup artist. She used to go out with them at some days. I did not pay a lot of attention to it. So, for the next 2 months while I was trying to recover, Kathy enjoyed and partied with her girls. She had started her own Instagram page and used to show off her skills as a makeup artist with other models. I did not mind as she was making some money and was not bored with her life. For the next few months, I recovered and Kathy was getting popular. One fine day Kathy came home fuming and threw her bag on the bed near me. I asked what happened. She did not say anything. She came over me and made wild love to me. Once we were done and laying there, I asked her what came over her today. She said that she had a fight with a former corn actor Candy. I asked what happened, to which she told me that Candy berated Kathy, that she is now a housewife with no future and no money. She told Kathy that she can have any man that she wants and has a ton of money. She also boasted of her numerous awards and said that Kathy could have been famous and successful had she not been married. I heard Kathy and then asked, "What is the parameter of success? How do you define success? Is getting pumped in front of multiple people success? Being able to have any man drill you a success, or being married to a loyal man success? As far as money is concerned, we have enough for us to live our lives happily and give our kids a better future. Yes, you could have been famous and could have been a big makeup artist, but today you are my wife. Candy is alone and will remain alone for the rest of her life." Kathy heard all that I said and later fell asleep in my arms. For the next few days Kathy continued to be gloomy and I had started to go to my office again. I started to put more hours at work during the weekdays to ensure that I can give more to my wife, both in terms of gifts and my time on weekends. Kathy continued with her Instagram gig and things looked fine. A few days later Kathy told me that she has to go to Miami, Florida as she has to attend a shoot for Candy. I was surprised. I asked, "Is that the same woman you had a fight with?" She said yes and told me that Candy apologized and we have reconciled. I asked, "What is this shoot for?" She told me that Candy has joined OnlyFans and wants me to make her look good. I was not very pleased and told her that I don't think this is a great idea. She told me that they are paying good money. I told her you don't need money as we have plenty. She said that this is a big gig and she can make a name for herself. I asked if I can come with her. Her reaction was a bit concerning. She said that, "What will you do there? Watch Candy take her clothes off." That triggered me off and I said I have seen her already. Remember, I was the cameraman. And I don't want to see any of her again. I stormed off the room. Although I was not very happy, I let her go to Miami. Kathy went to Miami and 2 weeks later she came back all tanned and tired. I picked her from the airport and throughout the way she did not speak a lot and just closed her eyes and laid back. I could see that she is tired, and once I reached home, I asked her to lay in the bed. I filled the bathtub with lukewarm water and put some salts in it and asked her to lay in the water for some time. Kathy went in the bath and after about 45 minutes later came out in her bath robe. Once she took her robe off, I saw something strange. When we get tan only on the parts of the body that is exposed to the sun, and parts that are hidden shine different. I could see no such tan lines on Kathy's body. So, the sun was shining all over her. I asked her about the same and she said that her tan lines are a result of her being in a chlorine-filled pool and not being under the sun. Water enters your clothes, you see. I argued that her reason is stupid and makes no sense. She then screamed that she is tired and just wants to rest. I was fuming and left the room. For the first time that day since being married, I did not sleep on my bed. I did not talk to her that night and went out for a local bar and later came home drunk and slept on the couch. I went to the office early in the morning and decided that I'll go home late. Kathy called me twice, but I did not answer. I went home later and saw Kathy waiting for me over the dinner table. I told her that I am not hungry and went to change my clothes. I slept in the guest room again and Kathy came to me twice during the night, but I shouted back twice at her. Next morning, I decided to tone down and did speak to Kathy. I told her that I am not going to believe her excuses and want her to come clean. She explained that she was at an all-women resort and everyone was without clothes. So, she just joined in. She said that she lied as she knew I would be angry. I did not say a lot, but I told her that I am not happy with what she has done. No decent person would be walking around a resort naked. So what she has done is something I do not appreciate. The fact that the naked person here happens to be my wife. Our argument had toned down and planned to take my wife out for dinner that evening. Fate had other plans. I reached office and started my work. At lunch break, one of the new guys was with his buddies and they were discussing about social media and I happened to overhear the name Candy. I moved closer and casually joined them in the discussion. One of them then showed his phone which had a picture of Candy. He had an OnlyFans account, had paid to see Candy. He then moved some more pictures and in one of the pictures there were two naked women. One of them was Kathy. I was shocked and embarrassed. I quickly left the office and quickly drove off. I kept driving till I did not know where I was. I picked my phone and installed OnlyFans app and started searching for Candy. I found her and then proceeded to pay for her exclusive pictures. There I found Kathy and, in the comments, I found her account. So, I paid for her exclusive pictures and found her pictures at the same location as Candy. So, she was not just making others look good, she was shining herself in front of the camera. I also found a picture where she had advertised other services as well, which included SMS and calls and even video calls. I was disgusted and beyond my realm of senses. I did not go home that day and decided to walk into a motel. I stayed there that night and called my office that I will not be available for the next whole week. Since I was a good employee, I was given my leave. I went to a friend of mine, who happens to be a lawyer. I explained to him what has happened and he said that he can get me a divorce. However, I might end up losing a lot of money in settlements. I explained that I have worked hard to build a nice world for me and my wife. That world has been destroyed. I told him that my trust has been shattered and I am not willing to live with Kathy anymore and would be fine to pay whatever is needed to get her out of my life. Before I left his office, my lawyer asked me to hire a private investigator, just for good measure. He also suggested me to go back to my house and pretend normal, just so Kathy throws caution to the wind. I went back to my home and was greeted by Kathy. I smiled and told her to get ready and took her out for dinner. She seemed happy and we went out for dinner. I told her that would be leaving for a work-related trip to Chicago and will be out for 3 days. I left my house the next morning and went to the local motel. The private investigator had already been hired and he had started working. I waited for the PI to do his job. 2 days later the PI met me at the motel. He came with a big smile. He then proceeded to open his laptop and started explaining. He told me that Kathy has frequently been spotted with Candy and her manager. He explained that Kathy was working as a makeup artist with Candy and later joined her in her OnlyFans shoot in Miami. I told the PI that I know all of that, what is new? He then informed that Candy's manager is drilling both Kathy and Candy. He then brought up 2 video clips from last 2 days where Kathy was on top of Candy's manager and they were in a car with Candy driving the car. He said that he has more evidences and all of them tell that Kathy is cheating on me. So, I collected everything from the PI and went straight to my lawyer. I asked my lawyer to have the divorce proceeding started ASAP. I went home. Kathy was not at home. I took this opportunity to call my in-laws and asked them to come for dinner as I have an announcement to make. I asked them to keep this as a surprise for Kathy and they agreed. My mother-in-law went a step further to ask me about the gender of my baby. If only I could tell her what I was going to do tonight. My in-laws arrived by 7 p.m. and took them to drawing room and placed all the evidence in front of them. My father-in-law was furious and started to shake with anger. I had to calm him down and he started crying and apologizing. My mother-in-law was not able to believe all this and said this is all fake. I explained that as we speak your daughter is still with that corn star and her manger. I called the PI and asked to share a live feed. Kathy's mother was shocked to see that her daughter getting intimate and Candy was standing with a camera recording that. She hugged me and told me that she did not raise her daughter like that. I told them both that I tried to provide Kathy with everything and tried my best to be a good husband. He both hugged me and said they wished they had me as a son. Kathy arrived around 10:30 p.m. and was shocked to see her parents and me sitting in the drawing room. She was wearing a pink dress and it was very revealing. Kathy's mother was disgusted and screamed some choice words at her daughter. Her parents then left saying they just wanted to see her for the last time and never to even look towards them, let alone try to contact them. Kathy looked to me and said, "What did you do? What did you tell them? You destroyed my family." I gave her the envelope and told her to leave my house. I told her that she has 2 hours to pack her stuff and get out. She started crying and said, "Where will she go at night?" I told her you have earned money and can afford to live somewhere. She started screaming at me saying if I am spying on her. I showed her OnlyFans page on my phone. She was taken aback but then shot back saying I have done no wrong, I just posed for a picture. I have a good body and I am proud to display it. She threatened me that she will see me in court and she will rip me apart and she will make sure that I lie in a desert drying out. I was recording all of that on a camera setup in the room. I told her she has 1 hour and 45 minutes left before I call the cops. I was angry and today I had seen a new side of Kathy. She stormed to her room and packed 2 big bags and left the house. I saw that manager guy drive up and picked her up. Got a call from Kathy's father and he asked not to put the videos as part of the evidence and asked if the divorce can be done without that. I had told them I can try but did not promise. I met Kathy a few days later at the court. She was accompanied by Candy and her manager. Kathy was dressed like a corn star. I had asked the lawyer not to put the videos in the files and try to see if we can go without them. He agreed. In the court, Kathy denied all allegations of infidelity and blamed me for domestic abuse. She explained that I did not take care of her and did not perform my duty as a husband. I was furious. Luckily all my spending were done by credit card. I quickly downloaded my bills and sent them to my lawyer. Also signaled my lawyer to take the gloves off. It was now my turn. My lawyer destroyed all the charges. Domestic abuse charges never stood a chance and there was no evidence of Kathy ever calling for help. The video where Kathy was threatening me was played, proving her intention. My credit card bills proved that I was ensuring that Kathy had everything she wanted. Now it was time to bring in the videos. The lawyer first started with the OnlyFans images, then shared the video that proved that Kathy was indeed cheating. The court finalized the divorce and I did not have to pay her anything. My lawyer proved that her OnlyFans income was going to be 5 times more than my monthly salary, and in turn she should be paying alimony to me. I let go of the alimony and asked to be just divorced. I know that OnlyFans income is temporary and will dry up as soon as she gets a bit old. I got my freedom and went back to my home. I was in my home and was wondering, why did Kathy cheat on me? Why did she choose people out of her marriage? Where did I go wrong? I wanted to know, but then I thought it will bring in more pain. I plan to be single for some time, and maybe once I am healed mentally, I would try and date again. It has been more than 2 years, and now I am married again and I have a kid as well. My daughter is amazing and is joy to be with. My wife works in the same bank as mine. Life is good and I try my best to keep it that way. I never met or heard from Kathy again, but I hope she is fine. I don't hold anything against her anymore. Dear listener, if you have reached this far, please click on the subscribe button. It will be a great help.